Hello guys, I'm gonna be playing, watching 4 true scary stories that will creep you out. I've watched this guy before, not with a reaction video, but with all of these other ones, so big screen. And now
I used to work as a third-party contractor in the convention area of the Swan and Dolphin Resort /
well, this
Hotel.
is friendly.
Sometimes we would have to be there at really odd hours for convention setup / teardown. One morning, I was there about 30 minutes before the union laborers, probably around 3:30 a.m.-ish. I also would like to point out that I used a couple of dating apps at the time, Grindr,
creepy.
Scruff, and Growler.
The
The apps I use also have that location indicator that tells you how far away they were.
What the
All of a sudden, some guy whose profile...
What? Why would you get those apps if it shows the location of somebody? Because then they will know where you are. This is basically an app for murder. So literally, he can go like, "What's up?" And when the person talks, it'll show the radius where she or he is. Because then he can murder her. Or he. Let's just get back to the video.
Was blank, except for a blurry close-up of his shirt, collar, and neck. Started blowing up my phone on 2 different apps at the same time. I basically replied that I was at work and busy, and may be available to possibly chat later. He started sending really creepy messages like, "Oh, I see you working," and other semi-stalkerish messages. I shut down the apps. I have a small office located across from one of the convention halls. I holed up in my office and told the union guys to check in with me there when they arrived. Once they got there, I felt more safe, so I set up my desk out on the convention hall's floor and just continued with my work.
Guys, if you see me looking around in the audio scrap, it's because I don't have a recorder, like one of those microphone things that other YouTubers have, because I just started this like a few weeks ago or like 1 month ago, and I don't have any money so far. So, and also if I keep looking around the room, that means I'm very creeped out, because actually I'm getting chills down getting very creeped out. Okay, let's get back to the video.
Around noon, I launched up the apps again to pass time during my lunch break.
Why?
As if he had been waiting for this moment, he started chatting me up again from locations like 200 feet away. I told him he seemed a bit creepy and that I wasn't interested. He stopped, or so I thought.
This is when you have to delete everything and get a gun and look all around the building and just stay in one spot. Because, guys, I'm going to comment on this video saying that whoever made this one, I don't want to do this, whoever made this one somehow is kind of stupid if there's a part where, I ran outside scared and wanted to see what is there and what he was talking about. No, because then you'll die! Sorry, guys,
A few weeks later, I had a late-night teardown around 10 p.m.-ish. As soon as I got to my office, he appeared again and started messaging me. His messages didn't seem creepy at first. Just simple things like, "Hey, how are you? You busy?" I got really creeped out and blocked him. He would then just create new profiles and continue to message me for months. The messages quickly transitioned after the first time I blocked him. He switched to saying things like, "You can't block me every time. I know where you work so I can find you again. Why won't you answer me? I deserve an answer." Later, he would just send creepy messages like, "I found you again. It looks like you're working hard. Are you alone right now?" I always believed in the "don't feed the trolls" adage and refused to engage with him, blocking him every time. He would generally only message me when I was working very early or very late, with occasional day messages while I was working the convention center floor. Convention centers are giant, wide-open spaces when no events are going on, which can really add to the creepiness. But
this is when you have to get a new phone or move to a different place than this. Because then, what's going to happen is that you're going to be completely screwed because he knows where you are. And if you just completely get a new phone, he's going to come in and, be very angry. So this is when you have to change your name, legally, get all the stuff, and move to a different state, and get a new phone.
What's worse is when there were events happening. I mean, the floor is crowded with people. Hundreds, if not thousands of people, all of which could be this odd mystery man. I never really felt safe, but I can't describe the heart-sinking feeling I had when, in late July, he sent me the final messages that sent me to report him to hotel security and my own company seeking help. Here's where the unexplained part comes in for me.
Don't.
After putting up with this for a long time, he ended it abruptly by sending me photos of me at my desk in my office from the first day he messaged me. Let me describe my office a bit for you. My office is tiny, maybe 30 to 35 square feet. We have 2 desks set up on one side with computers and an empty table in the corner opposite my desk. The rest of the office is filing cabinets and a printer opposite the empty table. The photos seem to be coming from a part of the office where we have the extra table. It's generally an empty table without any electronics on it that we use for anyone visiting the office or to lay out floor plans. I was absolutely freaked out to say the least, but I can't imagine.
I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say it again, but this is when you have to stop with all of this. Completely. Jeez.
Imagine how he had gotten the photos. After turning over the photos, all of the messaging abruptly stopped just as suddenly as it had started. I was a 28-year-old Army veteran, and I can honestly say that I wasn't nearly as brave as I thought I would be in a situation like that. In that moment, I turned into a child afraid of letting my feet hang out of the covers for fear that a monster would grab whatever exposed portion he could get a hold of. The thought that a stranger was stalking me from an app is terrifying. But what scares me even more is the possibility that it could have been somebody who I regularly pass by at work. Someone who makes small talk with me and says hi in passing, who then the next minute is sending me anonymous creepy messages. After all, I never did find out who it was, and I guess I'll never know.
Sorry. Just the end of the video. Oh, for frick's sake, for 17 minutes.
This happened in June of 2016. I have celiac disease, a disease where gluten is detected as an allergy and your body attacks itself trying to kill the gluten. Thus, my intestines are extremely damaged and sometimes bloody or infected. The reason I was in the hospital was because of me being a dumbass and eating a bunch of bread. So my intestines got really messed up. Basically, I had to go to the hospital to get some pictures taken of my intestines. This story takes place when they were extremely damaged and bloody. I was spending the night at the hospital with an IV filled with medicine to help me get better quicker, or something like that. I don't really remember. The IV was attached to my stomach. I was half asleep, and it was...
Don't you frickin' move. Oh, scared the bejesus out of me. Sorry guys. I'm gonna end the video.